Hello, doTERRA. We are so excited to join you on this beautiful Friday. Uh, we are really excited to kick off our Founder Club Friday today with a special guest. So you guys know Dave Stirling, our founding executive, chairman, CEO of doTERRA. What a great way to kick off this amazing Founders Club Friday, which, by the way, we're going to be doing over the next year or so as we fill all of these 200 Founders Club spots. So obviously we are here today to talk about Founders Club, but before we do that, we had a pretty unique day in the history of doTERRA yesterday. And you guys probably know that we introduced our wellness program and all those amazing wellness kits. So before we talk Founders Club, I want to hear from all of you out there, both where you're from and what is your favorite wellness kit. So you've got the immunity kit, you've got the relief, mind and mood. Those are the three that we have right now. So chat that in. We want to hear what you're most excited about with these kits and where you're from. So this is going to be like a really foundational piece. And as we talk about Founders Club, this can be one of those key tools that you use to really secure your own spot for Founders Club. All right, look at that, Dave. We have somebody from Chile.
I can see. It looks amazing.
Awesome. Ontario. So we've got a good international crowd
Oh,
here. All right,
wow.
I'm seeing a lot of immunity kits here. Immunity kits. I think everybody loves On Guard, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dave, and by the way, I'm Russell Butters, Vice President of Sales for the United States. Dave Stirling, our CEO of doTERRA. So nobody better to have jump on a call to talk about the new US Founders Club 2.0 than Dave Stirling. You know, from day one in doTERRA, creating founders clubs in all of these markets throughout the world. There's nobody that knows more about founders clubs and why it's important than Dave. So Dave, thanks for joining us today.
Great to be here. I have to share some with you right out. This is probably a little embarrassing, but this is my first ever Facebook Live. So,
This
uh,
is the first.
yeah, I think it is. A little scary, isn't it? I'm
Nice.
exposing myself a bit.
Oh, this is good. We're going to have some fun with you today.
All right, go for it.
Okay. Hey, so before we get into some of the details about Founders Club, let's just talk like 30,000 foot level. Why is now, in your mind, in your estimation as CEO of this company, the best time to build a business with doTERRA?
That's a great question, and I just have to say, really, maybe to make it most simple, is doTERRA is growing and experiencing some new beginnings here in the United States, and it's been fun to watch. This year we'll see double-digit growth here in the United States, and so there's a lot of new energy. Our essential oils and other products, it seems like they matter more than ever now to many people, and so I don't think it could be a better time.
I couldn't agree more. And, in a crazy year like 2020, you can always look at everything that's going wrong or all the challenges. At doTERRA, correct me if I'm wrong, Dave, we're having one of the best years we've ever had, the best year we've ever had in the history of this company.
We are. It's in terms of how much growth that's happening this year. It will be our best year without a doubt, and we're excited about that. There's been a few maybe growing pains along the way when you add that amount of essentially new business. I mean, it's people have scrambled. COVID has brought its challenges, some of which we could control, and some of which we could control less. But I'm proud of our team here. They've scrambled, worked around the clock. By and large, everything's gone amazingly well.
Yes. And all of you listening to this, we love you. Thank you for your patience because with that, we have had some growing pains, but you guys have been patient with us. Okay, so let's jump into Founders Club.
Great.
Uh, think all the way back to 2008, Dave, and you started a U.S. Founders Club when doTERRA was was a brand new company.
You know
And
that,
now fast forward 2020, we've
yeah.
got another Founders Club. So why create another Founders Club?
Well, I remember well. The concept of a founders club, of course, was brand new. The first place we did this was in the U.S. and subsequently we've done this in every market that doTERRA has opened up around the world. We've never done a founders club 2.0 though. This is new. This is the first time. It's something that we talked about and debated as a founders team for probably at least a year. And when we finally decided to do it, we wouldn't do it and couldn't do it unless we were confident that doTERRA was going to experience significant growth in the United States. Once we felt confident of that, that's when we decided to move forward.
And so thanks for that. And you think about that title, founder, US Founder 2.0, but that title, founder in doTERRA, is probably one of the best achievements, most respected things that you can achieve at doTERRA.
It, it
Why is that important?
it's worn as a badge of honor. I mean, when someone achieves, of course, a new rank in doTERRA, that's a big deal. And to hit some of our higher leadership ranks, that's a very, very big deal. Founder is a little bit like that. This new Founders Club, you know, you won't achieve or can't achieve without also becoming a leader. It's designed that way, and it also is. I mean, besides it's setting you up as someone that is going to be looked to as something of an example for the rest of your life. It also indicates that in a way you're kind of an equity holder of doTERRA, and you kind of have a piece of that equity by virtue that you're going to be paid out every year in January for the subsequent year. Um, this founder share, and so it's a percentage, of course, of the overall volume that happens in the United States, and so it's unique in that way, unique outside of someone's commission check that they earn, and you become essentially a part of the ownership team of doTERRA, and that's the way it is in any market around the world.
So obviously we can't have a Founders 2.0 without, having original US founders. And those original US founders really laid the foundation for doTERRA in those early years and continue to do so. So you want to talk a little bit about those amazing people and what they mean and what the new founders, the 200 that will be coming, what they'll mean for the future of doTERRA.
These original founders are legends in doTERRA. They're some of our closest friends as well. They came at a time and believed in what we were trying to do in the beginnings of doTERRA, and they threw their hearts over the bar. They worked extremely hard, without exception. They weren't what I would say themselves experienced. Certainly, I would say almost none of them had any experience from a direct sales standpoint. And, some of them had experience with the essential oils. None of them had any sort of a huge following that they were reaching out to. These were the days kind of before social media had really come along, but they threw their hearts in. They worked extremely hard. They sacrificed anything and everything they could, and some of them to the point of just breaking to achieve this spot. I know that to a person, they're very, very, very glad and very grateful today that they did that. But they've become institutionalized as a significant part of the foundation of doTERRA, and that happens, I think, with anyone who hits founder.
One thing that as they were scrolling through those pictures, actually kind of gave me goosebumps just seeing those faces and those people and how they're still, you said this a couple times, they worked hard.
They're
At the
they're
beginning,
still
they
very
worked hard
engaged. They're still very
and they
engaged.
still are.
And I'll add that our ability to be able to do a Founders 2.0 in the United States is partly attributed to them and their willingness to give back. In order to make this work, they were willing to cap their founders' checks that they receive every year at the first $1 billion of U.S. sales, and so that we could have a new founders club take off from that point. And that says a lot about them and their willingness to help to create, to generate some of this new amazing team of people that are going to be so impactful as we go into the next 10 and 20 years of what we're going to do in the United States with doTERRA.
Yes, well said. We love those current U.S. founders. They've been and continue to mean so much to doTERRA and who we are. So maybe talk a little bit about kind of this Founders 2.0. What makes it different than other programs that we have out there, like an incentive trip or just the different diamond clubs, things like that? What's different about this?
It's very different. When we do a founders club in a new country, and including the United States, typically it's based on the achievement of someone hitting gold for the first time. Sometimes that might become a platinum in some of the markets, but most of the time it's been gold. For obvious reasons, with this 2.0, we couldn't do that. And because there are many golds already in the United States, and how would we differentiate that? So we had to come up with a whole new criteria of points that would accomplish what we were trying to accomplish, that would give people who are already in doTERRA, even existing leaders that were in doTERRA, an opportunity to achieve one of these founder spots, who may have came along long after our original Founders Club was completed and closed, which was a very long time ago, or a brand new person coming into doTERRA has just been introduced last week. They needed to be able to have, something of an equal opportunity to achieve a founder spot. And so in doing that, that was one of our objectives for coming up with the point system for achieving this. Another objective was that anyone who achieved a founder's position could not do so without building a solid team, a solid organization. A lot of what we do at doTERRA is about building leaders and helping people to grow to become leaders and creating new leaders. That's really, really, really important to us. And so the point system around this is designed to accomplish those things, to not give an advantage to someone who already is in doTERRA or to give equal advantage, maybe is a better way to put this, to someone who already is in doTERRA and perhaps already is a leader, and equally be able to have that person who just came in last month have an equal opportunity to achieve one of these spots. There's still many spots open. We created this with a lot of spots. As I mentioned earlier, the money for this is coming from, one, partly our original founders giving up that bonus pool as the company continues to grow beyond $1 billion, and two, the company throwing in additional percent of volume. And so it all works out mathematically. And I'm pleased to say, as we're looking at things and looking at the growth that's happened this year in the United States, these first founders checks, the founders checks grow as the volume in the market grows, right? Today's founders checks for the U.S. are legendary. And some other markets they are as well. These first ones this year in the U.S. for Founders Club 2.0 they'll be the biggest first year Founders Club checks that we've ever paid, and I'm really happy about that. And then of course they'll continue to grow from there. But so it was a challenge to put together this model that would reward those things that I just talked about. I'll say something else, maybe just to differentiate here a little bit. There's some people that have massive access to a lot of people. Maybe they've got a huge blog online, or they've got some sort of a social selling network or some other organization outside. Great. That's always perhaps a help as you're building a business in doTERRA. But the points you can actually receive from that towards founders are capped on purpose. We don't want someone that has that to have a significant advantage over somebody that does not. And so we've tried to design this system in such a way that, once again, it's kind of an even playing ground. So what we're looking for is this next generation of leaders that's going to continue to be with and grow doTERRA into the next couple of decades.
So there was some amazing gold nuggets in that last couple minutes there, Dave. I want to make sure a couple of them didn't sneak past people. So one thing you said in there, there's still plenty of spots,
Yep.
right? There's actually still 200 spots, and there was 200 spots to start with. So the one of the messages there is it's not too late to start. You're not too late. Uh,
Yeah. It's
sure,
brand
there
new.
are some people that are close,
Yep.
but the other thing, if you read behind the lines, what Dave was saying there is, sure, there's only 200 spots. There's thousands of people watching this Facebook Live. Everybody's not going to get a spot. However, if you put your mind to this and you work hard, your business is going to be foundationally in a great place for years and years to come. So you can't lose. Like, there's going to be 200 winners that get these spots, but from a business perspective, you can't lose. This will help your business. And then one other thing I want to call out, Dave, that I heard you say is this is a tremendous recruiting tool. There's going to be some of those people that get those 200 spots that aren't even part of doTERRA yet. They don't even know what Founders 2.0 is yet, and they will be in this list. So if think for yourself, we want you to be founders, but think about it as a recruiting tool as well and what you can do.
I'll just emphasize that last point a little bit, Russ. Really smart leaders in doTERRA understand the value of having a founder underneath them. Okay. You have a founder, one or two or more founders underneath you in your organization, you're going to be set for life.
Yes.
That is an extremely powerful point. And some of our early founders understood that, and they were able to do things in such a way that they have founders underneath them, and it just does nothing but just locks in a person's organization in a fantastic manner.
And I'm seeing some comments in here where they're calling their shot right here. So Jana Mitten, I see you. I'm going for it. So this is such a tremendous opportunity. And I know we're running short on time, Dave. So just kind of a final question. There's nobody better in this business that from the top down understands the business, doTERRA, Founders Club, something like this than you. So you've got some amazing leaders listening to you on this Facebook Live, and huge thank you. This is awesome. Your Facebook Live. You're a pro. You did amazing at this. But just wrap us up with your thoughts, your comments, any tips, suggestions that you have for these people.
Well, I'll just say that maybe just a couple of things. We designed this thing. So, for example, a brand new person coming into doTERRA yesterday would essentially need to hit our rank of platinum to achieve one of these spots. It's not insignificant. You can earn one of these spots without, as a diamond today, it's taken off in this for sure. But it's done in that manner, mostly through other people, through you helping others to achieve, growth and leadership positions in your organization. There's really no sacrifice that isn't warranted to achieve one of these spots. It's that important. It is like an equity piece of the company. And doTERRA is going to continue to grow. We have exciting things that are happening that we've been working very, very hard on. In some ways, I'm thankful for this pandemic because it's allowed myself and other partners and others to not be on the road so much, and be able to laser in and focus on really important initiatives that we've been trying to push forward for the last couple of years. Now we're getting them done, and you're going to see the benefits of these, and they are going to be fantastic. And you're going to see doTERRA emerge as a company that is quite different than others in such a way that it's going to enable doTERRA to double and triple its current size in the United States alone. And I don't have time to give more information or more detail on what I mean by that, but we will. You'll be seeing it here in the near future. So there's really no sacrifice. If I were sitting in your shoes, that's not worthy of achieving one of these spots. You will be forever grateful that you did, or that you helped other people achieve it. It will benefit you as well. So very excited about this. This is going to be one of the most pivotal things that we've ever done in the United States.
Can I share something, Dave? Just this morning, I was looking at a document. I was looking for a document, kind of looking through some archives, and I ran across a description of you, and it was from 2016. And in that description, you were quoted back then saying, doTERRA is going to grow 2 to 3 times over the next 4 to 5 years. And look what's happened over the last 4 to 5 years. And you just mentioned that, looking out strategically in the future, that opportunity is still, to grow 2 to 3 times in the next several years. So, I can't just validate enough what Dave said there. This is such a unique opportunity and a significant opportunity to be part of that, to have part of that stake in an amazing company like doTERRA with this Founders Club. So, love that.
Will happen. Thank you,
All
Russ.
right. Well, thank you, Dave. Thanks for joining us. Love the comments. As you were talking, I was reading through some of these comments. People are excited about this, and they really see the vision and know why it's important. So thank you for validating that for us, Dave. And now that you've done this once, Facebook Live, maybe we should make this like a weekly occurrence. What do you say?
I'm much more comfortable now, so I'm ready. It wasn't as painful
right.
as I thought it would be.
All
But
right,
I love seeing some of the comments roll by too. I mean, I'll tell you, one thing that's been difficult about this pandemic is not being out there with you. That's something I know I speak for the other founders as well. But we love is being out there with you, feeling of your energy, feeling of just the potential and power that you have. It's all about people. It always has been, and that's the most important aspect of doTERRA. And so we look forward to getting out there and being with you again, hopefully soon.
Yes, we do. All right, guys. Thank you. We love you. Be safe, and we want to see you as a founder 2.0. See you guys.
We'll see you.